10 mysterious facts about Maine Coon cats breeders don't want you to know. The Maine Coon, a cat wrapped in a legend, cloaked in fluff, and possessing a gaze that seems to hold ancient secrets. For decades, breeders have cultivated an image of the perfect gentle giant, the amiable, rugged, dog-like companion of the cat world. But what if the curated story is merely a comfortable fiction? What if the truth, hidden in plain sight within those tufted ears and massive paws, is far more complex and astonishing? In 2025, a consortium of geneticists, ethologists, and historical researchers from the Felis Sapien Project published a groundbreaking and quietly suppressed meta-study. By cross-referencing newly sequenced Maine Coon DNA with global archaeological records, climate data, and advanced behavioral algorithms, they uncovered a narrative so shocking it rewrites everything we thought we knew about this beloved breed. Here are the 10 mysterious facts the establishment might prefer to keep in the shadows. Fact number 1. The raccoon myth was deliberate misdirection. We've all heard the quaint tale. The Maine Coon is the offspring of a semi-wild cat and a raccoon, hence the bushy tail. Breeders dismiss it as folklore. The 2025 study suggests the myth itself was a deliberate, centuries-old smokescreen. Early settlers in New England encountering these massive, lynx-tufted cats were genuinely perplexed by their origin. But certain groups, possibly early feline fanciers or even superstitious communities, propagated the raccoon theory to conceal a much more startling truth about their arrival on the continent, one tied to fact number 2. Fact number 2. Their true ancestors are not fully domesticated. Genetic sequencing reveals a ghost population in the Maine Coon's genome. It's not just the expected Norwegian forest cat ancestry. Nearly 18% of their genetic markers show no link to any known fully domesticated Felis satis lineage. Instead, they match a relic population of Felis sylvestris prompia, the wildcat of the British Isles, thought to have gone extinct in the 18th century. This wasn't a natural crossing. Evidence points to these wildcats being deliberately brought to the New World aboard specific ships in the 1600s as superior cold-weather vermin control for secretive, high-value cargo holds. They weren't pets. They were highly skilled, semi-feral specialists.
Fact number 3. The gentle giant temperament is a modern invention. The beloved, placid nature is a product of selective breeding over the last 70 years. Historical logs and behavioral analysis of less modified bloodlines show the original ship's cat Maine Coons were notably more dominant, territorial, and had a pronounced silent stalk hunting mode. Their famous chirps and trills? The study posits these were low-frequency sounds optimized for communication in the groaning, noisy environment of a wooden sailing ship, audible to their feline crew, but less likely to alert shipboard rodents. Their gentleness was a trait carefully selected for as they moved from the hold to the hearth. Fact number 4. Their paws are not just big, they are evolutionary tools. Those enormous, snowshoe-like paws are marvels of bioengineering, but not just for snow. High-resolution scanning shows a unique, webbed ligament structure between their toes that is nearly identical to that of the Canadian lynx. This allows for a powerful, silent, and wide-grip swimming motion. The 2025 researchers concluded the original Maine Coons were adept, if reluctant, swimmers, used to traversing flooded ship bilges and even retrieving objects or fallen prey from icy coastal waters. Their gentleness was a trait carefully selected for as they moved from the hold to the hearth. Fact number 5. They possess a rudimentary weather sense. Owners often joke their Maine Coons know when a storm is coming. This is not a joke. The study identified a cluster of genes linked to barometric pressure sensitivity within their inner ear structure, combined with their dense, multi-layered coat that reacts to static electricity changes. The Maine Coon doesn't just sense a storm, it experiences a low-grade, full-body physical precursor to it, explaining their sometimes agitated pre-storm behavior. Early sailors reportedly valued this trait as a living barometer. Fact number 6. The almost human intelligence is specific, not general. Their problem-solving skills are legendary. The research shows their intelligence isn't broadly human-like, it's hyper-specialized in mechanical causality and spatial memory. They can learn to open doors, not through affection, but by deducing the lever and fulcrum relationship of a handle. This aptitude traces directly to their ancestral role, navigating the complex, trap-filled environment of a ship, understanding latches on storage, the mechanics of rat traps, and memorizing intricate three-dimensional escape routes. Your Maine Coon isn't just smart, it has the mind of a feline engineer. Fact number 7. Their long lifespan is linked to a genetic quirk and a secret weakness. Maine Coons are prone to hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, a tragic fact. But the 2025 discovery found the gene region adjacent to the one associated with HCM also contains a rare telomere regulating sequence. In simple terms, their cells have a potential for exceptional longevity, but the switch is perilously close to a fatal flaw. Breeders focused on size and fluff may have inadvertently intensified this genetic deadly linkage. The research suggests targeted breeding could separate the two, potentially yielding Maine Coons that live significantly longer, healthier lives, a path the current breeding community has been slow to pursue due to established lineage protocols.
Fact number 8. They have a unique, hierarchical social language. Unlike most domestic cats, Maine Coons show a proto-social structure in multi-cat households. Observational data paired with AI audio analysis reveals they use a complex combination of tail position, ear-tucked twitches, and specific trill cadences to establish and maintain a loose hierarchy, not unlike a wolf pack's subtle signals. This polite dominance system likely evolved to manage limited resources in the confined space of a ship without constant, energy-draining conflict. Your multi-Maine Coon home runs on an ancient, unspoken maritime code of conduct. Fact number 9. The legend of the Maine cat is incomplete. They are the official cat of Maine, but their epicenter wasn't the state's forests. Maritime records cross-referenced with early breeding logs point to a specific, now-abandoned peninsula in Newfoundland, Canada, as a primary waypoint for the breed's development. Here, the hardy ship cats from Europe interbred with the resilient local feline populations under extreme conditions, forging the foundational Maine Coon phenotype. The migration to Maine came later. This revised origin diminishes the all-American narrative some breeders champion. Fact number 10. Your Maine Coon doesn't think you're its owner. It thinks you're its first mate. This is the ultimate perspective-shifting revelation. The behavioral analysis is clear. The bonding behavior of a Maine Coon, following you room to room, supervising tasks, greeting you at the door, is not the dependent affection of a pet. It is the behavior of a captain assessing a competent crew member. When they bring you a toy, prey, they are not giving it to you. They are delivering a resource to a trusted member of their cooperative unit, expecting you to secure it. Their loud, conversational chirps when you speak to them, they are acknowledging your report. That deep, purring gaze is a sign of respect for a job well done within the shared territory, your home. They chose to cooperate with humans centuries ago on those ships, not to be subservient, but to form a symbiotic working partnership. The modern Maine Coon has transferred this ancient protocol from the quarterdeck to the living room. You didn't just adopt a cat, you enlisted in a legacy. So the next time your gentle giant rests a heavy paw on your arm or trills insistently from a high perch, remember, you are in the presence of a reformed aristocrat of the high seas, a creature of engineered prowess and deep cooperative instinct. The breeder's tale of a simple farm cat is a pleasant story, but the truth of ghost wildcats, storm-sensing fur, and a captain's soul is infinitely more magnificent. The 2025 findings don't just change what we know about Maine Coons, they redefine the very history of human-feline collaboration. And that is a secret too profound to stay hidden forever.